In this video, we're going to be using First Canadian Shave Maximo and the L razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today for this Canadian, mostly Canadian shave. And today we're going to start off with First Canadian Shave. This is Maximo. It comes to you obviously from Canada, and this is a really nice scent on this one. It is cognac and Cuban cigars. Normally, I wouldn't like that kind of scent. Let me show you the notes right there. But in the case of this one, I do enjoy it. It's got a sort of a citrusy vibe to it with that tobacco. You do get that that cognac and cigar sort of vibe, but it doesn't smell super smoky or super boozy. It's really, really nice. Let me show you the ingredients right there. First Canadian Shave is a really good quality soap. I enjoy using it. The Macho Man Randy Paquette from First Canadian, great guy, puts a great edge on straight razors and makes a great soap. We look forward to using it today. The cost, I got this at the razor company. It is $18.99 for 4 ounces or $4.74 on a cost chart, which is a fair price, especially considering that it came all the way from Canada. So we look forward to using this today. We shall also be using today for the first time the Ale razor, and that is a 8/8 razor, and this is made from an old file. And one of the things that I like that Ale does is they sort of leave some of that old metal as is and not polished up, so you can sort of see its root, so to speak. And I really like that about Ale. So we look forward to using this blade today. Let's go ahead and get to misting. Standard 24 hours growth. We'll go ahead and wet the face and then begin lathering. Oh, our brush today, sticking to my device there, is the APShaveco handcrafted series brush. And as you can see here in our bowl, we have a nice creamy lather. By the way, if you want to see how I lather, I've got a tutorial. I will link it for you below. I do these lathers off cam just to save time in the video because I realize you don't have all day to watch. So please check out that video. Also, on the razor company's website, excuse me, got choked there. I have a tutorial that they just released as well. I will link that video also for you. Now, on that video, they don't upload in high definition, so you can see mine a lot better, and I take more time to show you the way I bowl lather. But also, pardon me, also check out the razor company video as well. Even though it's not in super high definition, you can see the concepts are the same. And First Canadian here, really outstanding soap. Let's put a little more hydration in there. It can handle it. Easy to lather, good quality, good ingredients, no problem whatsoever. I don't recall if I gave you the ingredients. If I didn't, I'll put them up there. If I did, I won't. I've forgotten already. We have a lot of things to get to today. One of the things I do want to mention, and we talked about this briefly on Real Talk last night. I had a viewer send me an email recently, and they inquired as to why I wasn't buying from Maggard razors. And I said, what do you mean? And they were like, oh, we were told or heard somewhere that you had called for a boycott of Maggard razors. And that is absolutely patently false. I ordered from Maggard razors as recently as a couple of weeks ago, probably. I have never called for any sort of boycott of Maggard razors. And in fact, I'm not calling for a boycott of any shaving vendor, artisan, or anything at all. So if you hear something like that, please just ask me. Unless you hear it from me, see it here on the channel or see it in writing somewhere where it's me, assume it's not true, because that is patently false. I think where they got that information was on Real Talk a couple of weeks ago. David had mentioned that he doesn't prefer ordering from Maggards, and he gave his reasons. And somehow that got twisted, I think, into we were calling for a boycott. It is not true. I'm not calling for a boycott of Maggards. I like ordering from Maggards. I support Maggard. They're a cornerstone store of the hobby, as far as I'm concerned. David said he doesn't really buy much from Maggards, but he didn't call for any boycott. So if you hear some rubbish like that, just assume it is not true, unless you're hearing it directly from me, because that type of stuff is just not warranted. All right, let's get going here with our ale. Wow. The edge on that feels nice. Very sharp, very smooth. Very nice on that razor. I don't know. I don't suppose I should be surprised by that. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. There is no call for boycott of Maggard's. Again, I ordered from Maggard's as recently as a couple of weeks ago. I enjoy ordering from Maggard's. Good service. I think I mentioned in that Real Talk that they had built a reputation on quick service, and that I commented on how well Brad Maggard hones a razor. I did not say anything or hint that folks should boycott Maggard's razors. So wherever that came from, whoever that source of information is, I would recommend that you not take it seriously, because it is simply not true. I do buy from Maggard's and I support Maggard's, so I hope that clears that up. If you see something like that, please clarify with me. I will be happy to correct the record if there's anything that's unclear. But I'm not calling for any boycotts of any artisan. There are some that I may not buy from because maybe I don't like this or that. But I'm not asking other people not to buy from them or calling for boycotts. I'm not doing that. So I hope that clears that up. Very nice. Now back to the lathering. Again, I hope you check out the tutorial there, and check out the one on the Razor Company as well. I do a face lather, a bowl lather, and a palm lather there. But again, it's not in HD, so I do send those videos to the Razor Company in HD, but they don't upload in HD or don't render evidently in HD. So you can't see the sheen quite as well and so on, but you'll get the idea. I prefer to bowl lather because I really don't like scrubbing my face. That's just me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with face lathering, but I'm not one of these people that say you have to do it this way or that way. I say you do it the way that makes you happy, and that's great for me if you're happy. All right, let's see what else we have today. Oh, by the way, the winner, let's go ahead and announce a winner today. The winner of the PAA razor and Peregrino brush is Mr. Franklin Alden, who is a Patreon supporter. So thank you very much, Franklin. Email me, cdb@IAMCDB.com. I really appreciate your support. And we'll announce the next winner soon. And also, we want to thank a brand new Patreon supporter, Matt Fox. Matt, thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay, that was a nice first pass. That L razor, the edge, fantastic. Excellent, excellent edge. The razor is bigger than what I'm accustomed to, so it's different. It's a different experience for me, but it's enjoyable all the same. Very nice. And by the way, this brush here is the APShaveco handcrafted series, which he drops like every week or so, or once every couple of weeks, somewhere thereabouts. Very reasonably priced. To the door in the United States, they're usually about, I don't know, $50 some with the synthetic knot. And that is not bad at all. I really like these brushes. The knot here is the cashmere fan, which I really like. And as you can see there, there's good hydration. And this lather, we're gonna go not quite as thick on this pass because just there's no need to. But again, make the type of lather that you like, using the method that you like. What I try to do is just show the folks what I do and what works for me the majority of the time. In the last year, I think I only had problem with maybe 2 soaps. So the method that I showed you yesterday, again, which I'll link below, works for me the vast majority of the time. Every now and then you'll get a soap that's very finicky about the way it handles water, and it's not a good fit. But we're talking, again, 2 soaps the whole of last year that didn't work well for me with that method. And you're talking about, I'm doing 10 shaves a week, or 11. I'm doing 7 face shaves a week and 4 head shaves a week. And so I'm doing a lot of lathering, you know, every single week. with many, many, many different soaps. So most soaps respond favorably to my method. However, use the method that you like and enjoy it. Okay, let's get on with pass number 2 here. And let's see how we do. A little bit different here because of that monkey tail kind of sticking out the back. So I'm not quite used to, it's kind of forcing me to make a little bit of an adjustment there because I'm not used to having that tail in my hand. So just a little bit of adjustment. And for me, I'm not actually a big fan of these huge razors, but I wanted a nail and I've got one. And the thing for me is that tail just makes it slightly cumbersome feeling because it's in my hand and I'm not used to that feeling. But we shall persevere and just make adjustments, make the type of adjustments that are necessary. Also, your vision sometimes can be obstructed by these bigger blades. And for me, again, I didn't really need bigger blades, but I wanted this ale and I'm very happy with it. It does require a little bit of, it just feels different having something that's this long. And you see that tail, how it's kind of hitting my hand. I'm just not used to that. And I'll have to make some adjustments to accommodate it. And it is a little bit more difficult to see around. But the edge on it is phenomenal. It's definitely one of the best edges that I've ever tried. So for whatever that's worth. And these are quite reasonably priced for a handcrafted razor. Again, I'll show you the picture of the piece of file there that it was made from right there. So you can give that a look if you please. Very cool. Ale. Again, this is out of Canada. I'll link it below. I link all the products below. Very nice. And of course, we'll air the replay of Real Talk today for those of you who missed it. And keep in mind, on Real Talk, those are just our opinions. You know, we're just giving our opinions. We never intend to hurt anyone, or there's no malice in that whatsoever. Also, I would remind you that David and I are two different people, and sometimes we have different views. So don't attribute what I say to him, nor what he says to me, because sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. I think that's the beauty of the pairing, is we're not the same. We don't have all the same ideas. We don't have the same life experience. And I think sometimes that's what makes it interesting. We come from two different worlds. And that's why I enjoy it. And he's a treasured friend, and I appreciate his life experience and what he has to offer and his point of view. I don't agree with it all. And he doesn't agree with me all the time either. That's okay. We don't have to agree on every single thing. But make sure when you are watching that you're understanding that we're two different people. All right, very, very nice. I'm really enjoying this blade. It is requiring some getting used to because of its size, but honed magnificently, I have to say. And the First Canadian Shave, if you haven't tried it, definitely check it out. I know the razor company has been stocking it here in America, so if you're from the US, check it out on the razor company. Really nice. So let's announce our second winner this week. And the second winner was for the 1 pound of the Murphy and McNeil soap. And that goes to For the Love of the Shave, who is Tim from up in the Pacific Northwest, I believe. So Tim, email me, cdb@imcdb.com. And I will get this out to you this coming week. Congrats. Tim has a YouTube channel also. So congrats, Tim. This soap will last you a long time. I hope you enjoy it. Wow. I tell you what, the First Canadian Shave is a good quality soap. It is, in my view, one of the better soaps available out there. It runs with all the best soaps, in my opinion, in terms of its quality. It may not be mentioned quite as much because it doesn't have the wide distribution that a lot of other soaps have, but it is a good quality soap. And I promise you, I could do a lather tutorial and take my time making a lather with this First Canadian. and it would yield a super creamy result. Okay, let's thin this out a little bit. I don't need a ton of density on my face. I just want a slick layer, and this soap is quite slick. Very good quality from our buddy Randy. I call him the Macho Man, like Randy Savage, the Macho Man, Randy Paquette. Great guy. Okay, we got lathered up here, and let's press on for our final pass. I want to thank all of you for joining me. And again, I want to reiterate, if you hear something attributed to me that seems off for some reason, shoot me an email, send me a direct message on Instagram or something on Instagram or email, and I'll be happy to clear up. Do not just assume something you read somewhere or something somebody tells you is true unless you hear it from me. Because I've had that happen over the years where people just make up stuff or badly perhaps take something out of context. And so I ask that you just please clarify with me, because we never aim to hurt any business. And if I don't care for the way someone does business, I just won't buy from them. I'm not going to be calling for boycotts. There are many brands that I've decided not to use over the years, and I just don't use them, you know. And when people ask me about them, I would say, hey, I don't use it for personal reasons, but I recommend if you like it, you know, it's a good quality product, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not trying to steer anyone away from buying anything. So please keep that in mind. And we're certainly not trying to steer people away from Maggard, who I buy from, still, to this day. And my suggestion would be, wherever you hear these sort of things that are untrue, assume they are probably telling other untruths as well. I think it's probably reasonable to assume that. So I wouldn't put any credibility and stock in anything someone says if they're attributing boycotts, which could hurt a brand, to folks who did not call for boycotts or have not asked to. Now, I have certainly said in the past, hey, I'm marking folks off the list, but I think I said that in the last Real Talk, but I'm not calling for anybody else not to purchase from anyone. I'm saying personally, I may not choose to purchase, but I didn't name names. And I'm just simply saying, if you're not a good steward of the community, then, or at least not in the way that I think is being a good steward, I probably won't buy from you, but I'm not calling for a boycott. So I hope that's abundantly clear. All right. Good enough here. We're going a little bit long, so we're gonna go ahead and rinse, and then we'll come back into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back in off cam. We did a warm water rinse. We followed with the alum, almost no stinging, so that was a super smooth edge. We followed that with a cold water rinse. Then we used the Thayer's Magic because it's made by witches. Today we used the First Canadian Shave Maximo. Big thumbs up. I absolutely love it. Great quality on First Canadian soaps. I'm telling you, you should try one if you have not. We used the Ale 8/8 razor, which was magnificent. It's one of the best edges that I've ever tried on a razor. It is really, really nice. We used our APShaveco. This is the handcrafted series with a cashmere fan knot, and we shall finish it off today with the Tobacco Nuit from the club, because I don't have the Maximo aftershave. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And remember, if you didn't hear it here on this channel, or if you didn't hear me saying it, or see me saying it, or see me writing it, it might not be true. So please consider that. Check with me if something seems off. And if someone tells you I'm calling for a boycott, lie. So just make sure you understand that, because I never seek to hurt any business. I may choose to use them or not, but I'm not going to ask you not to use them unless there's a serious problem, like people are getting ripped off or something like that. So thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.